Hello everyone, and welcome to this Archerman tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to export 3D models from Nintendo 64. You'll be needing a few tools for this process. The first tool you'll be needing is 1964, a Nintendo 64 emulator. You can download it from the following link in the sidebar. Just go ahead and click on the download, and the download should begin. Next thing you're going to need is a ROM to rip the models from. Today we're going to be using the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time US version, and link in the sidebar. Just go down here, click on download, a new page loads up, and save, and you download the ROM. Next we have this. This is a plugin. This is the actual plugin that allows us to export the 3D models and textures, by the way. So we'll save this to our desktop also. So now that we have these three things downloaded, I already have the Ocarina of Time downloaded, and it's about a 30 meg download, so I'm not going to download it again. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder on my desktop and call it 1964. See? And now I'm going to double click on the 1964 installer. I accept the license agreement, and I'm going to browse to my desktop and select the folder on the desktop. This is just because I want to be able to quickly, delete and put my stuff away in the garbage, so I don't really have to bother with it. Alright, now you can see that we have our ROMs here. Now you might not have your ROMs here. You might have to go open file and load your ROM. But before we do that, we have to do two more things. Let's go ahead and go to Start, My Computer, C, and create a new folder and call it VRML, like that. So let's put that down, and let's go ahead and extract the plugin here. So there we go. Open up 1964 install folder, and if you installed it in the default directory, it's going to be Start, Computer, C, 1964, or Programs and then 1964. But if you installed it in a custom directory, go find that now. So now I'm going to take here, so here is the plugin, and here's the plugin folder. Let's just drag the plugin into the plugin folder. Okay? So we'll close that now, and we'll go back, and we're going to launch up 1964. Now let's go to my plugins and change the plugins. On the video default plugin, we're going to go to NEMUA 64 Graphics Combined Debug. So this is the one we want to be using. This is the plugin that we're going to be using. We're going to say OK, and I'm going to launch the Ocarina of Time and get to an appropriate place to rip. Alright, here I am in the Karaoke Forest. So the game's going on, and now I want to click pause. The game is now paused, as you can see, and I'm going to go to my plugins and go to my video settings. Now I am going to check the export VRML little thing here. I'll say OK, and I'm going to click play, and then I'm going to click pause right away again. Just like that, one tick. I'm going to go back to my plugins and go to video settings and uncheck export VRML. If I go to my VRML folder I created in my C root directory, you can see that we have a bunch of textures here now, and also at the bottom we have an output.wrl. This is the file that contains all the model information. Now we can go ahead and close this, but I'm going to save this state just in case we need to go back. Okay, I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to open up 3ds Max. So as we wait for 3ds Max to open, we can see, yep, there we go. Alright, so now let's go ahead and go to File, and then go to Import, and we're going to find the VRML folder we created in our C drive. So there we go. So let's see, here's the VRML file. And we got to go down to here, and we got to look for WRL, and we see we have the output.wrl. Now uncheck all these and say OK. You can see it is imported, but it's really small right now and it's sideways. So let's fix that right now. The first thing we're going to do here is we are going to go into the locking mode, angle, snap toggle, and we're going to bring it up by 90 degrees. Now I'm going to go to the resize tool, and we're just going to resize it. It doesn't matter until you're going to get into a game, so you can just keep it at a normal state until you do decide to get into a game. So that's about a good size. And I can see everything is kind of flat, so I'm going to edge the faces and yeah, smooth. Okay, if we make a render, we got to go browse, add a file, and then we got to go to my computer, C, VRML, to track down the missing bitmaps. And you can see that we can render an image right now. Alright, see? So now we have the RIP model and the textures are on it. It doesn't show them on the actual model in game. You're gonna have to do that by hand over again, which is kind of annoying, but there's no way to get them on yet, as far as I can see, without having to do it by hand over again. So yeah, so basically once you get it on, there you go. You got a model. So that's about it. One thing you might want to know about Zelda modeling, the way they made it, actually the way they made most Nintendo 64 games, is that the engine wasn't worried about the following: intersecting polys or open edge polys. It wasn't worried about that kind of stuff. So if you're importing it to Halo, you're going to get a lot of errors because Halo does not allow either of those. One thing you can do, if you're making a texture for Halo, you can go up to the material editor and click on that, and whenever you, like, say you have a texture in here, you just type down grass, like say it's the grass texture, and if you put this % at the end, that makes it into a double-sided texture in Halo, which means no errors for open edges. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial and that tip at the end. Have fun recreating, restoring, and generally just bringing some of the old Nintendo 64 maps back to life. This has been an Arcoman tutorial. You can subscribe to my page, rate 5 stars, whatever you want. Thanks for watching.